noise.
Welcome back to the next part of this Truth and Rhythm episode. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. If you've already done so, please share it with friends. Also become a member by joining Truth and Rhythm on Patreon, or consider donating at funkinstuff.net. Thank you so much for your interest and support. Enjoy.
Do you guys remember the first time you heard something on the radio that had you on it?
Wow.
Yeah, I remember hearing "Rock Me Tonight." That was the first signature song that went #1 on the R&B charts.
Freddie
So
Jackson,
to hear that Freddie Jackson song, I was like, oh man, I made it. That's the thing that goes around in your mind. Oh, I made it. But anyway, it was an accomplishment that you be reaching for sometime. Not that I was really reaching for it and it just really happened, but it adds to your career.
Absolutely.
So here, "Rock Me Tonight," because it starts off with the bass, so right. That was a good thing.
Yeah, and that was his first hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Sure.
What about you guys, Rick, Toby?
Well, for me, when I heard "Imagination" on the radio, I heard my voice. I was like, "Yo, like." It was fire. And K. Williams Jr. from Breakwater produced and wrote that track. So it was just great. I mean, I remember me and Toby, I was new to New York, and me and Toby walked into the session and we ran into K. Williams Jr. Mm-hmm. And he said, "What y'all doing here?" Because he knew we was from Philly, right? K was from Philly, lived on Upshur Street in Mount Airy. And he said, "What you and Toby doing in the studio?" I said, "Well, I'm here to sing the song." He's like, "You here to sing the song?" Like, "Yo, what's up?" So he took me over to the piano and showed me the melody. And then I went in the booth and I sang the song. Timmy was there. Mike Murphy from the System was there. Toby was there. Fred Petrus was there. Kevin Robinson walked in later on. And I was singing the song. They was like looking at each other like, "Yo, like, this boy's fire." So to hear that record on the radio, I was like, okay. But when we worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, that was it.
Yeah, that was
like
it.
To hear "Change of Heart," "Say You Love Me Again," the ballad that me and Deborah sang, "Lovely Lady" that Tim wrote. I mean, come on. When I heard those songs, I'm like, Tim, we was in the zone when we did that "Change Your Heart" album. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? We was very proud to work with Jam and Terry and for that album to come out the way it did. I wish they would have did a better promotion on the Atlantic record side. When we got to Europe, we had did a better job of promoting that "Change Your Heart" album. And it was off the chain in Europe, in the UK. It was off the chain. Like, we got off the plane and it was nuts in the UK. So all love to the UK. I lived there for about a year after the "Change Your Heart" album was done. And it's nothing but love for change in Europe. I mean, that's where I go. They be like, "Where's Rick?" He on the plane, he gone. You dig? So, no, I mean, the music is there forever, man, no matter what we do. We here today, gone tomorrow, but the music will always be there, man. That's what counts to me.
Oh, yeah.
The legacy of change. And Fred Petrus told me before he died, he said, "Rick, keep doing that thing, man. Keep change going." I was like, "Yeah, for real? Okay, whatever. I'll do the best I can." And that's what I've been doing ever since. That's it. Change is my thing. So that's what I do.
Well, and you mentioned about the
Terry Lewis did the "Change Your Heart" album. I think that's when change music started heading a slightly different direction. It took a curve. I think at that point, I think it was consistent up to that point when Jam and them came in and did that. I think that's when we hit a curve. The direction began to change a little. And it's not a bad thing. It was just different. We had success. The first 3 or 4 or 5 albums, and that was great. But once they produced that "Change Your Heart" album, I heard songs from them. Timmy, you did some great stuff on the album too. Girl, I Got Miles on You, Burn Me Up. Those
Yeah,
are
all
bad,
that stuff.
bad.
Great.
I said, well, Tim, you did that? See what happens, guys. See, I'm gonna tell you for him. What happened was he was working. He said, I'm not gonna let these cats show me up. That's some of your best stuff, bro. I gotta get comment on that. That's some of your best. I mean, you did some good stuff, but that Burned Up and Girl, I Got some bad stuff. You get like Gap Bands, you know, we get to change a little. He did some really, really, really impressive tracks. Because personally, and if you tell anybody I said this, I did not. Some of the songs Timmy did, I like better than jamming them. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
like them both equally. I thought both of them threw down.
Yeah.
Timmy threw down on the album. Jam threw down on the album. I was just proud of the album. Yeah, it was fire.
Impressive stuff.
I made up for it later on. I had a couple of hits, and after that, you know, I had, you know,
a lot of hits.
High Five.
You had a lot of hits. You being
I
humble.
did High Five. I did Joe. I did some R. Kelly. I did a little bit of Backstreet Boys.
That's right.
I did quite a bit of stuff. So, you know, I
Glenn Jones. I love the Glenn Jones track. That's amazing.
That's my first hit song. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Glenn is the boy. That boy can sing.
Putting the rush on me, Stephanie Mills.
I had one song there. Yeah.
Lilo Thomas.
Yeah, that's all right. I had a great career, man.
Oh, I love that joint.
I was with Lilo Thomas Sunday night, Rick.
Get out of here.
I called Timmy.
Okay. You know, I like Lilo. I like that Good Girl joint.
That was some funky stuff there. Yeah.
The joint. Tim, I can always tell Tim production. I would hear it and I'd be like, oh, Tim playing bass on it. He got
Yeah. Timmy's had all kinds of credits. I was going to mention that a little bit later on, but just since you guys brought it up, besides the ones you mentioned, I have here Michael Bolton, Millie Jackson, Jennifer Holliday, James Ingram, Paul Lawrence. Yeah, very impressive.
On bass.
But to your point, Rick, about Change, the Change of Heart album, you know, when I went back and looked, I was a little surprised that it only peaked at number 7 on the R&B chart, because I thought that was probably number 1, you know, because I mean,
you know what, Scott?
I grew up in Los Angeles and it was huge.
Okay, well, look, we knew we had did good work. That's all I knew. We did that album. We knew we had did good work. Me and Tim, we kind of knew the political side of what was going to happen in America. We know all the ins and outs of how they're going to come at us, you dig? But the bottom line was when we got to Europe and saw that kind of appreciation in the UK, different places, and I've been all over the world with this album. I've been everywhere in the world singing those songs, right? So the bottom line is the appreciation that people have for that Change of Heart album, it lasts until this day. Like Say You Love Me Again, right, was huge because you had soldiers who loved ones was in the war or overseas or whatever, and they always talk about Say You Love Me Again. You know what I'm saying? Like they like, you and Deb craved that joint. You know what I'm saying? Now I live in Philadelphia, right? They never play that song on the radio here in Philadelphia. Now I thought it was ironic that me, Toby, and Timmy Allen's from North Philly, but they don't play Change records here in Philadelphia on classic radio. I don't know what that's about. That's political. But, you know, I didn't worry about that. Europe always held me down. I was going to go get that bag. So do what y'all got to do.
Let me say this to you.
I knew what's happening. Go ahead, Toby.
Sirius XM.
Sirius XM, they play it?
48, 49, 50, play Change. Now on the regular radio. Every 5, they're playing Change so much, it's crazy. Sirius XM, pull it up. Not regular, not your regular stations. They play Change each and every day.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I know they playing in Chicago.
You won't hear
everywhere in the world, but Philly, I don't know what's up with Philly with that. Like, I love Philly. I'm from Philly, but yo, it's 3 members of Change from Philly. Philly, play some Change music. What's popping with you?
Yeah, maybe they'll finally get the message now through this. I got to vouch for what Toby said about It Burns Me Up, though. That's a hot track.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
Thank you.
I called Tim and said, "Damn, you forgot." I said, "Man, I hear you, boy," because I heard stuff and it was cool, you know. But I'm listening. I hear a different ear now. I'm saying, "Okay, you step," you know, because you know you're producing alongside Jimmy Darren Toulouse, so I know why it was. You said, "I'm gonna step my game up." That's what you should do.
Oh, they
you
like
you ain't with them. Ain't no sense in playing.
Jimmy and Terry liked that too. They like that song a lot.
Yeah, they love it.
That was a smash.
Hey, so guys, you know, with all of those shows you've done and the tours and all that, and, you know, meeting some of those other funk acts and what have you, I want you to think and give me 1 or 2 of your most unforgettable memories from the road related to Change?
Let me start. Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah.
We playing radio. I'm playing Radio City Music Hall. Whispers, Richard Dimple Field. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was really excited to have my mom, my sisters, my brothers, and my whole family was there. I'm playing Radio City Music Hall. I made it. And then we went up to Waterford, Connecticut at the Civic Center Arena. So we playing as us. I remember very well. Change, Patrice Rushen, somebody else. And Timmy let me get a little solo. So I said, oh, they love me, right? So Patrice Rushen cut our drummer loose. His name was Mike White. He destroyed me. Destroyed. And again, a learning curve. So that we now, a couple years later, we're in England, Hammersmith Odeon. We're playing, right? And Timmy walks off the stage and said, go ahead, Toby. He let me redeem myself. I turned it out. Remember, I threw the sticks up in the air, everybody in the whole crowd.
I remember that.
And the whole arena erupted.
It went crazy.
All that stuff. Yeah, it's nice. I threw the sticks as high as I could. And 10 to 15, 20,000 people just exploded across the whole arena. That's when I felt like, if nothing happened past that day, I made a whole 25,000 people come to their feet. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
The whole band walked off the stage. So that was my makeup for that Waterford, Connecticut. Those are my greatest memories. I'll never forget those. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fly, Toby. I remember looking back at you. I was like, my boy getting in it.
Yeah.
And all that a word traveled to New York. Toby toured London. I remember that. It was my time because I sat behind cats like Bronner Davis, Ralph Roll, handball cats like that. And finally got back to them. You don't mess with this kid. This kid is dangerous. He made the whole arena erupt.
That's right.
That's one of my greatest. I'll never forget that song. I'll take that to the grave with me. That's one of my greatest, seriously, experiences in my life. I mean, I brought tears to my eyes because I didn't know I could affect 15, 20, 25,000 people like that. I had every person in the arena stand up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I can't grab
impressive, Toby.
I can't grab none.
Rick, you go up then.
Oh, well, with me, I remember we was in England. And so you got to understand, when we went to do the Change Your Heart tour, Virgin Airlines only had 2 planes, right? So we get on a plane, and me and Vincent is sitting in the seat next to each other. Vincent Henry, who's also in Change. And he said, Rick, look on the playlist of the songs that's on the playlist of the plane. So we look on the playlist and we see You Are My Melody. And I'm like, I look at Vincent look at me. I'm like, well, why is this song on the playlist? We like, okay, well, something must be going on. Well, of course, when we got to London, we found out what was going on. And I remember the first time I sang You Are My Melody in one of the big arenas. When the people started singing it back to me, I almost forgot the lyrics. Like they were singing, especially when we got the na 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 na. I was like, yo, they was like going nuts. I was like, Tove, you see this? Like that na 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 stuff. And I was on my Steve Arrington thing, didn't you dig? But I'm saying they went crazy. And to this day, they still crazy over na 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 na. And I was like, and when I did it in the studio, Jimmy Jam was like, oh, where you going with this, Rick? Like, I like it. I'm like, yeah, I like it too. I'm on my Steve Arrington thing, you dig? So the bottom line is, to this day, na 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 na, and You're My Melody is the joint. You dig? All over the world, I've been rocking it ever since. That's the joint. You dig? So we just had a ball. And Toby, Timmy, and I, we had a ball with Change. I don't care. I mean, if we do it again, we do it again. We have a ball again. That's how we go. We brothers.
Yeah.
Well, Timmy, I'm not gonna let you off the hook, man. While you're thinking, I'll just say, for example, I think it was like Billy Beck from the Ohio Players. When I talked to him, he told me about the Ohio Players once had a show in Hollywood, and they went all the way to Hollywood, Florida by mistake.
Wow.
And they showed up at the wrong city on the other side of the country.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's some crazy
nuts.
stories out there. But anything come to mind too?
All I know is that we just got on stage, man, and we took no prisoners, man. We put everything into it.
Did you ever do a show in front of like family members, something like that? That was.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, the first time having my family come to see me play, especially in a big arena, that was exciting, you know. And that was actually in Philly. That was here in Philly. Yeah, I had my people come to actually see me play, and the ones that didn't know me that well, because I got a huge family here, to come and see and hear about it. It just, you know, it just boosted up our family a little bit more, and that felt good. You know, that somebody in the family was doing something really good and professional. So, you know, nothing else really knocked me out. You know.
Well, you know what? Nothing's more important than family. So I know that means a lot. So that's
yeah,
special.
that was important.
So guys, Change of Heart was such a huge hit, and that album was huge, although maybe not as huge as it could have been, but it was still big. And but there's only one more album after that, you know. So who can tell me like why that was and what happened?
Good, Tim.
Well, he had to finish his obligation, you know, to the record label to finish that last album. Well, actually, I think it was a couple more after that that was supposed to happen. But by that time, I believe Fred and the other two producers, they wasn't doing well with each other, you know, so that never came apart. You know, Fred was trying to find people. That's how he got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, because he needed somebody to, you know, to fulfill those other obligations on the next few albums. So he used me for some of those projects. But, you know, by that time, the Change sound has changed. And that's probably where it lost its fan base and the quality of what was going on. So, you know, that's actually what happened, you know, with that situation.
It's ironic because it seems like, you know, that you could have parlayed that Change of Heart success into continuing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that's what I wanted. I wanted Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to produce the next album, but they had, you know, difficulties with Freddie, you know, business situations that didn't work out financially correct for them. And they bounced. They was like, yo, we're not putting up with Fred Petrus nonsense.
Plus they was in demand, you know, them guys was in demand.
Yeah, they was the bomb. They
was coming up and they was in demand. So you had to put them right.
They weren't gonna take no nonsense from nobody. Exactly. And I don't blame them. You dig what I'm saying? They rolled on. They became who I said they was going to become at Mama Disco's house. You dig what I'm saying? Because I told them at Mama Disco's house, and they thought I was crazy. They was like, Rick, like, where you coming from with this? And I'm like, yo, y'all gonna blow up. We just knew it. Because we listened to the production. Me and Timmy would listen to what they did. It was amazing.
Yep.
Whose idea was it to do "Oh What a Feeling"? That was like a cover of somebody else's.
Go ahead, Tim. You got to talk about that.
Oh, what a feeling! That was Fred Petrus's idea. Yeah, that was Fred Petrus's idea. Oh, what a feeling! Yep, he threw that in front of me and asked me to can I produce, you know, that particular song.
That Four Seasons song, right?
Oh, you talking about "Oh What a Night," right?
Oh, what a night! Yeah, that's what we talking about. Oh, what a night!
Yeah, we was like, "Oh, what a night, yo." Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there was "Oh What a Feeling," then there was "Oh What a Night."
Right. Okay. Right. Oh what a feeling was cool. That was fine. You know, but "Oh What a Night." You know, why that?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one I was speaking of. Fred Petrus. He
what a night.
That song. Yeah, he wanted that song. That's the one I actually thought you were talking about.
Oh,
but, they used "Oh What a Feeling" on the last Change album that Maru Davide did. Right. They did an album a couple of years back, and they used
"Love for Love."
Yeah, "Love for Love." They used a couple of songs that I produced.
2018 it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when the group disbanded, I mean, how did you find out that there wasn't going to be, you know, a 1986 or 1987 album? You know, what happened? How did you guys take it?
All I know is we did what we had to do on the Turn On the Radio album. We would have liked for the album to be more successful, funkier songs. Tim wrote like 6 songs on that album. We did the best that we could, but there was something going on with the vibe between the members and Fred Petrus. It was a strange time for us. I was disappointed that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis wasn't going to produce the next album. You know, we were going through some changes with the guy. So when it ended, and everybody just went into survival mode. You know what I'm saying? I kept doing change. I kept running overseas. Toby did what he had to do. Timmy went to Job Records, became an A&R producer. I mean, everybody did what they had to do. Vincent was over there at Job. He did a jazz album. Mike Campbell was playing with Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross. So everybody, Deb, like you said, was with CNC Music Factory. And Mariah Carey, she sang background for Mariah Carey, Jonathan Butler. Everybody was just surviving there. It was like people had to get in and they had to survive. That's what I remember. Everybody just
whatever was going on with Fred and the label, it reflected on us, you know, as a group. and we wasn't sure about what was going on. So
Right.
you know, everybody felt like, well, this might be the end, and you know, we need to go ahead and do our thing to, you know, survive.
Absolutely.
So I know there was an album that was, I think, recorded in like 1990, but it didn't come out for like a long time. But you guys were not involved in that one, right?
No, we wasn't involved in
You
that.
talk about Change Your Mind album?
Yeah,
Scott?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Change Your Mind album, but I know in 2018 when the Love for Love album came out, they put a couple Timmy Allen songs on there and revamped it. And I was like Seaside and You'll Always Be a Part of Me. I think Dave and them did a good job on that record.
Yeah.
You know, Tim was on there. Tim wrote, you know, You'll Always Be a Part of Me. So
Yeah,
it's two different versions. It's the version from Turner Radio album, and then in 2018, Seaside and You'll Always Be a Part of Me, they changed the music. So both of the records are good. I like both of them.
Did you guys end up touring or performing or representing Change, you know, in the years between the late 80s and, you know, more recently when that record came out?
Well, like Rick said, everybody, you know, did their own thing and were doing different things at that time. You know, I was with Jive Records as an A&R producer, and I was with them for over 15 years from that time on. And I think Rick and some of the other guys did some things with Change.
Yeah. Because I would do Change gigs. It wasn't the same, you know what I'm saying, without my boys. It wasn't the same without Timmy and Toby, you know, but they would call me, Tony Denton Productions. People would always call me, come do a Change gig, sing some Change stuff. So, you know, I was always getting it in, Scott. You know, I was always going. I was in Europe all the time with Change. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the same when Tim wasn't there or Toby wasn't there or Deborah Cooper wasn't there. And when I was doing what I was doing, Scott, everybody knew I was doing it because I would call them. I was like, Deb, you want to come? Deb, like, yo, Rick, I don't know. Tim, you want to come? Tim, like, I'm busy. You know, everybody was doing what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? We was all in survival mode. So I would go over there and work for the Buttons Hotel chain, did gigs with Alexander O'Neill, did the Hammersmith 2 with GQ and Brass Construction. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had to survive. And that's basically what it was about, like survival mode. We had to get it in and do what we had to do to feed our families. And that's what we did.
How did the
take advantage? I'm sorry, people had to take advantage of that situation that they had going on. So you know, we some guys just couldn't let it go, and I wouldn't, you know, say that they should let it go. I mean, they can keep it going and make some money out of it. Go ahead and do it, you know, because your voice is on that record, Rick. So you got, you know, you got to represent yourself, and whoever else had to do what they had to do.
Well, Scott, let me say this, right? I believe in, you know, God bless the child that has his own. You dig? And my whole thing was, I devoted all those years to Change, and you know, that was what I did. That was my identity. So I wasn't going to go work for anybody else. I was like, I'm going to do Change. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to hold it down until all my boys want to come back. Because I used to tell them all the time, this is home. Change is home. So when y'all get ready to come back, y'all know where home is, because I'm going to hold it down. So that's what Rick Brennan did. He went all over the world with Change. Wasn't the same, but I'm just saying, my boys always knew. All they had to do was call me and say, yo, I'm coming home. And that's what Change is. Change for me, Timmy, Toby, it's home. You dig? And when we get together in the future, whatever we're going to do, it'll be home again. It's always home. But Vincent Henry, Mike Campbell died. But I'm saying Deborah Cooper, Change is home. That's all I have to say about that.
Let's say this. I haven't played bass live in so many years, and the last gigs I did was with Change. Mm-hmm. So for it to come in fruition right now, I mean, it's a great thing, because I wouldn't be playing with nobody else. I don't care to play with anybody else but a group like Change of that nature, and with my friends in that music, where people know me from and they know us. So right now, as you can see, people are requesting us. They want us on their tour. Mm-hmm. That's how much legacy we have. So you know, it's a good time to do it right now, and I'm ready to play.
Yeah. Because Scott, it was a tour set up for 2020. And, you know, COVID hit and everything. The Phoenix tour was set up for us to go do. And we had, you know, we was going to make that happen with John Luis over in Paris. And then COVID came and it stopped the whole process. You know what I'm saying? But John Luis is still calling me on WhatsApp, like, yo, I want Change to come to Paris, get it in with BB&Q. He wants to do a little macho music tour. So he wants Change, BB&Q band with Kevin Robinson, Allison Williams with High Fashion. to come do a little Macho Music tour. He calls me all the time.
Well, just to close the book on that 2018 record, which was the most recent one.
Yes.
How did it come to be that, you know, that happened after so much time had gone by? Because
you explain that one, Tim.
Love for Love, how did that come to be after all those years?
Well, I mean, I really don't know. I'm just assuming that Davide Romani, the bass player, and him and Malavasi, they put so much into it, man. And I think they acquired the rights to those projects and the Change situation. So I guess they came together and decided that we need to do something with this. You know, people love change, you know, and that's what they did. That's what I assume that they did, you know, which is a good thing to do. You know, because I don't know if you heard the Love for Love project, but it's really good.
It's great. It's great.
Well, I was going to say, to me, it was more of a return to the classic sound, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a great album. I was stunned when I heard it. I was like, yo,
Well, I was like, back to
Dave and
Change,
them got it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Make Me Go Crazy. And
I love that. That drove me crazy.
Too Late.
Make Me Go Crazy drove me crazy, Sky. I was like, yo, like, Tim, you hear this Make Me Go Crazy joint? Like, whoa.
Everything.
It was the bomb.
I liked everything, but not one song. I'm not going to say the songs weren't better than the first project and the second project.
Right.
But they changed sound, but it wasn't any songs that really met up to the quality of those, you know, the first album, the second album that stuck out, you know what I'm saying? Like Searching and Love Is Holiday.
Love and stuff,
Nobody stuck out like that and Hold Tight and Paradise. Nothing
That's
stuck out like that. It was still a changed sound.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, It's a Girl's Affair was a real unusual song on that one.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how they did that. I was like, yo, where they going with that? That was Jocelyn Brown singing that. But it was, I mean, her vocals is always fire. Because I've done gigs in Europe with Jocelyn Brown, tribute to the funk, stuff like that. Jocelyn Brown can sing. I mean, they call her Mama Soul in Europe. You dig? So Jocelyn Brown, come on, you can't lose with Joss.
So, starting to move to kind of wrap up our story here. Appreciate your guys' time so much. It's been so great hearing all these stories. But I do want to ask you a couple more questions. And one is, what's your personal favorite Change track? You know, hopefully you don't have all the same, but Toby, what's your favorite of all time for them?
Believe it or not, and then y'all probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy. This Is Your Time. Because I've been around many cats trying to emulate that bass line that Jeff Bover did.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did, but it's something special about that sound. I've had many cats try it. It just can't emulate what it is that he did.
Wow.
I mean, many great songs, but that This Is Your Time for that reason, because I've heard cats try and try and try to know, huh? They have nothing to
That's strange that you picked that one. Yeah,
it is.
But I'm picking a song too that wasn't a hit, and one of my favorites is a song called "Hard Times."
Yeah,
Hard Times. Yeah,
Hard Times was funky.
It's funky, yeah.
Funky.
Yeah, that was all funk. I love that.
Feel to it, and believe it or not, when we performed it, that was our best performance song.
Right.
People would be like,
Hard Times
"Oh,
was funky.
that was nice." Yeah, we performed that song very well on stage.
Right. Hard Times was
well,
funky.
let me say this. Let me stick this in. No disrespect to Joe. That dance called the Rockaway, we did that back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I wish somebody had a live show. We created that dance. That Rockaway, lean back, they're right there. They can tell you. We changed. We didn't get the recognition, but that was part of our choreography. We was doing that back in 83.
That was 82
he came
too.
with the same identical exact dance. He made it popular.
Right.
But that dance originated with Change.
That was in 82 y'all did.
We had the people in the audience. Everybody in the audience would be rocking back. Like we was doing that back in 83. That originated there. So if anybody think that Joe, with all due respect to you, Joe, Fat Joe, what's his name? What's his name? Fat Joe. With all due respect to you, bro, that dance originated with Change. If anybody has or had live footage, you would be able to see that. We're doing it in 1983.
Yeah, we got a lot of oohs and ahs from that performance on stage.
Yeah, y'all killed it.
We'd love to see that live footage if it's out there for sure.
They hide a lot of stuff.
I heard a lot of people listen to your show. Anybody has any live Change shows in 83, 82, 83, because when we perform that song, you'll see that dance originated with Change.
They hide
identical.
a lot of stuff on purpose. You dig?
Yeah. I hope he hears this. I know people are going to hear it. I'll tell him. I love him. I got all respect in the world for you, but I got to be honest. That dance originated with Change.
It's all right. It's all right. We love everybody. It's cool.
You stole a lot of that.
What's your favorite track, Rick?
Change Your Heart. Gotta be Change Your Heart. It's so funky. It's so Jimmy Jam. It's so Terry Lewis. It's so Minneapolis. It's so New York. It's so, look, listen, Change is New York City, you dig? When we was in New York City on the west side of New York City at the cellar, we was them bulls. Tell them, Tim, when we did play. Change is New York City. But like I said, three brothers from Change come from North Philly. We from North Philly. Kay Williams was from my area in Philly. I mean, Philly was getting in with New York.
Herb Smith was from West Philly.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Smith.
You got to give it up to Philly and New York. We threw down, and Italy, Milan, all that. We threw down on them Change records. Put one on, listen to it, and enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, we represent our city very well.
Yeah.
Don't forget Herb Smith. Very best.
That's right. He was from Philly. Herb Smith. That's right. Philly was getting it in. New York was getting it in. I love them both. That's it. I lived in both cities. Let's get it popped.
Agreed.
So are the people going to get to see Change anytime soon, or what's up with shows and any chance of music?
Working on it right now.
Music?
What's happening, Scott, is Mike Elder, who was my road manager when I did BB&Q, the Genie Tour. Mike Elder, he worked with a lot of different people. He stepped to me in the summer when I was doing some gigs with Composite Truth, and he said, "Yo, that catalog is wide open. Man, we need to, I want to book some Change stuff." So Mike Elder, different people was talking to us. And, like I said, John Luis in Paris, my manager, Lacan Ola Jimmy in the UK, Tony Denton in the UK. There's people who want Change to come out and do some gigs, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, we're working on it right now, Scott, as you speak. We're coming together. Trying to see which original members want to perform and want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And if not, we still want to put it together some type of way, because it's they requesting this, and there's some money to be made out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I believe the demand is out there. There's been kind of a renaissance, I think, of a lot of the groups from that era, especially packaging them together. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will get a good response, if you just put it out there. So
that's what I heard, Scott. Like Mike Elder say, "Yo, I know I can book Change. People are asking for Change. Y'all need to get it together and come on, make this money." I'm like, let's go get the bag. Let's go.
And you're 100% correct. There are packaging of groups I played this Sunday. Black Ivory, Kenny Burke from the Five Stair Steps. Remember him?
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Kenny Burke. Allure. Remember them? All cried out.
Mm-hmm.
Allure. Melissa Morgan, Alton Williams.
Okay.
We in the Atlantic City this past Sunday. Philo Thomas.
Okay.
It's amazing. And I haven't
so
seen
it'll be an old head tour, for the grown funk music.
But you know what? They still got it. They could actually put that together today and it would do well, because everybody that came up did very well, represented very well.
Yes, and grown folk music for the old heads. I can dig.
We have more hits and more songs than they have, so why shouldn't we be touring? We could be headlining some of these tours.
Right. Oh, Jones Girls. Let me not. A couple of them are deceased, but I forgot which one. I think there's only one left. One of the Jones. Okay. She's still awesome. Jean Con. Okay. Oh man, I'm forgetting.
Old heads still around. We still here. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so many are still out there. SOS Band, Lakeside, Confunction.
Yeah.
Cameo still doing shows.
That's right. Yeah. Blackman's still there. Good to see all them boys. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I mean, it's actual music,
Yes. Oh, he said actual music.
Atlantic Star, all these people.
That's right.
You know what, Scott? The thing that bothers me is that I don't know why it is that we should have a difficult time continuing our careers. You got people like the Beach Boys. Them cats are 90 years old. They're still playing. It's not a problem. Selling out. So I mean, with Chubby Checker, I was with Chubby Checker for a while. Played with the Beach Boys, Little Richard. I mean, and, all these guys are still playing. The Eagles. I mean, all these cats. And they're still filling stadiums. I don't understand. I mean, they made great music, in this whole nother level. But these guys, these artists as well, they make great music as well. You know, so why not? If you can perform, all right, we age and all, but there's nothing we can do about that. Right. Why is it that these cats can play forever and ever, and there's not a problem?
No, but Toby, guess what? We can. I mean, we can play. I don't intend to stop doing music until I drop dead. Like when I'm gone, y'all gonna have to take me off the stage because I'm gonna be getting in. You dig? I stay fit and ready for Freddie to rock real steady. Let's get it in. You dig?
That's why we should do it. That's exactly.
If Miles can do it and Tito Puentes can do it until it's over, we're gonna do it until it's over.
Look at George Clinton.
You can still play.
What I'm talking about. Look at Santana. Look how old Santana is, and he's still rocking.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't tell me you can't rock until you drop. Come on, baby.
Hey, let me say this to you, Scott. I remember we were so in California. I'm with Chubby Checker. So we just got finished performing. We on the side of the stage, and here come the Four Tops. And you would look at them and say, "Oh my God," you feel sorry because they're on oxygen. They were on wheelchairs. You say, "Oh my God," you felt sorry for them.
Okay.
They got to the stage and that band hit Bernadette.
Right.
I'm telling you, you saw no. I mean, it was like they were like New Edition. They were stepping. I mean, it's like what? They're like, I said, what happened? On the ground, you were Four Tops. When you hit the stage, you became New Edition. They were dancing, everything was in place. Sound great. I said, wow.
Yeah, you got the you got Frankie Beverly, Gladys Knight, all these people.
Yeah, they still doing it. That's right.
They're doing those cruises, all kinds of stuff.
That's right. On them funk cruises and stuff. Yeah, let's get on the cruise and rock the boat. Yeah, I'm with it.
Hey, man, it's been so great talking to you guys and hearing the Change story, and also that you're going to get back out there, man. We can't wait.
Yeah.
You got any final words for your fans out there?
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, too.
All I can say is just look for us in the middle of this year because we coming out. We're going to be out there, so look for us. Yeah.
And let me say this. I know it's taken a while, and I'm going to apologize to you. Thank you for having us and putting us on your platform.
Absolutely.
Really, really very much appreciate that. And this be an opportunity to let people know exactly what it is that what's about to take place and what we're about to do. And thanks to you for having us and being patient and allowing us to be your platform. Thank you, Scott.
Absolutely, Scott. We appreciate you. Thank you. And I watch all your joints, Scott. I watched the one of the Whispers. Steve Arrington was off the chain. He the boy. You know, I watch all the Truth and Rhythm, so y'all got to tune in. Come on, man.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man, so much.
Oh,
and,
Billy, that's it.
How can people best keep track of, what might be coming related to Change?
Go ahead, too.
We'll go through. I don't know. We have yet to work that out.
We'll get a website put together, and we'll put all that together. Our social media page, and put all that together for our fans.
Beautiful, man.
We know you about that funk, Scott. We know you about that funk. You're a funketeer. We know what's happening. You ain't fooling nobody. We know you're a funketeer.
That's what I grew up on. Yeah.
Also, if it's okay, I'd like to thank my daughter, Kristin, for you guys keeping in touch and making this happen.
Absolutely.
She's been answering my part. Come and say hi. I want.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kristin.
Girl, I ain't seen you since you was a baby. Yeah. Where you at? I see her.
She's probably like
old because I'm 34 now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, girl. You trying to tell our age. We trying to be smooth with it, but you let little people know like we up there, you dig?
Yeah, so I want to thank you guys for keeping in touch and making us. I know it took a while because everybody had things going on, but listen, we want to thank you and you both for keeping in touch and you for having us, and hopefully we can do this again. Once it's up and rolling, and everything's going on, we can have this again when we're actually doing it.
Yeah, we get in touch.
Yeah.
I just want to say special thank you to Jieron, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never met Scott. And none of this would have never happened. Like I said, it all started from literally a Change video on YouTube that I just commented on and said my pop was the drummer in the group. And the comments are going insane. But it's because of Jieron that we got this going. So thank him. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Timmy.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And let's get Change back together so we get on the road and get this money.
Get the bag. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Scott.
You guys take
big shout out to my boy called Bernie, Mr. Foundation, Composite Truth Band, all the people that's holding me down, because a lot of people are holding me down. You dig? Chestnut Hill, South Philly, North Philly, all of Philly, New York City, London, everybody, all the love. You dig? That's what time.
Yes, sir.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Truth in Rhythm. A big thank you goes out to our guest as well as to you, the viewer and listener. Also, much gratitude to Pleasure for supplying the show's funky opening and closing music. As a reminder, you can always access the complete list of linked shows by episode at funkandstuff.net. I urge you to support this program and receive the extra benefits along with that by subscribing to the Funk and Stuff channel on YouTube and sharing it with funk, R&B, and jazz lovers, joining Truth and Rhythm's membership program at Patreon, submitting a donation at funkandstuff.net, buying Everything is on the One, the First Guide to Funk book at Amazon, shopping at the Funky Things store for cool merchandise at funkandstuff.net, and linking through funkandstuff.net for all of your Amazon purchases. In addition, if you're an artist or anyone seeking proven, results-oriented professional marketing, PR, writing, or editing consultation or production, check out the media services section at funkandstuff.net. Also, I encourage you to drop me a line at scottg@funkandstuff.net. I love the feedback, suggestions, guest requests, appearance and sponsorship inquiries, and just talking about my favorite subject, groove-based music. For now, and as always, this is Scott Dr. GX Goldfine saying, keep on vibing to the rhythm of the one.